and welcome back to Hobby Life. This time we are joined by two female artists, Miss Joanna Lisa and Miss El Bravo. Welcome to the show.
Hi Trisha, good evening.
Good evening.
So before we begin, I'd actually like to talk about the painting that was actually outside, but we couldn't bring it because there's the color green. Can you flash it? Yeah. Can you guys tell me what this painting is about? Like what's going on here?
This painting is a collaboration artworks by Reynaldo de la Peña, myself, and El Bravo. We are expressing the unity of the artists as we are from the United Artists of the Philippines. And we made this earlier for 30 minutes
Oh, it's a 30
by
minute
the
video.
MRT Ayala station. So the interpretation for this artwork will be explained by Miss L.
Miss L.
We just want to reach out to the youth about nationalism.
That's why Jose Rizal is
Yes,
Yeah.
because nationalism is not really popular at this time in the
Yes.
Philippines. So we forgot who our national hero and the culture that we have. That's why.
And
yes.
coming from such a rich culture company, it's important for the youth to know this
Yes, our country is very rich in culture, and I sometimes I really wish and pray that our country will support art
Yes,
that much.
I believe that our artists should also be favored. So how about you guys? How did you begin your life as an artist?
Me, I'm a gallerist. I'm a gallery owner. And as I ran my business, I was exposed with the talents of the artists and I became interested. But I was looking for a art style that I cannot see from the full of listing of my artists from the gallery. That's why I encourage myself to make art out of materials, scrap materials that I call upcycling art. And
Yeah,
at the
I
same
know
time, I'm encouraging the lace design, which I call colasa.
lace design. Oh, that's why there's like these
Yeah,
imprints there.
Those lace are from paper cut lace from the paper of cake. So instead of throwing it, I'm using it to be designed on my artworks.
How about you, po, ma'am? When did you start?
At an early age, I was able to draw even before I can write. And I always been scolded by my grandma because I always draw on walls, on any magazines I can put my hands on to. Yes, and I also when elementary and high school, I also enter competitions. My school would send me like that.
So, in a way, your parents were very supportive of your art from the beginning.
Yes, but then when I'm in college, they do not want it because not so much money in it, they said.
Yeah, that's true. Would you say that's true? Is there money in art?
There's money in art. It depends only on the target market that the artist will be producing their art. It is a norm and belief of the parents that
Yes.
don't encourage your children making art because there's no money. But that's not true. To all the parents, please support your children. There's money in art. You just need to encourage them and develop their passion.
Ikaw po, ma'am.
And also because we are globally exposed today in art, that's why, when I started, I really started from my website, the one that my girl, my daughter has made for me. She's a web maker.
Web designer.
Yeah. So I was able to sell through the website that I have. And these kids, they are very techy.
Very techy.
They can really sell their arts around the world.
Yeah, but in your case, you focus more on traditional arts using painting. So can you talk to me more, tell us more about your style of art?
My style in art is that I was fascinated with the beauty of nature. So most of my art is from nature. like the trees, animals like this.
Mm.
And sometimes I draw something from like imaginative art, like the folk arts, like the nymph. You know,
Ah.
I do something about that, the folklores and all that.
Ah.
Yes.
So, these samples here that you have with us, were these shots taken or did this come from your memory?
Oh, they were shots taken, yes.
Tapos ano, so this is more on realism. Tapos
Yes.
yours, what would you call your art?
This is abstraction.
Abstraction. I noticed that you got, in some of your samples that you sent me, you actually got physical things and just stuck it to the
Yeah.
canvas.
That's what we called assemblage, installation. Those assemblage installation are considered upcycling art. Those art that recyclable and usable, because I draw my inspiration from Art Nouveau, the art and design from Vienna, from the 20 established artists that they from 1900s.
So you told me earlier that you are an art gallerist. So your parents have been supportive of your art since before?
My father is an engineer. I'm an engineer also. So from our upbringing, my bloodline is from Rizal, Bocalan. So all of my uncles, like the Perdigon Bocalan, encourage us to perform arts.
In your case, madam,
In my case, I'm the only one in the family.
who does art?
Yeah, maybe my aunts. One aunt of mine is in the States and she's in art, but she
No,
has
hasn't
not.
pursued it.
I really not met her when I was
Young.
a child, so I'm the only one who really likes to do this in the family.
In your case, you have a daughter. Does your daughter also participate in artworks or not so much?
I think she is into art, but she's into Adobe, like that, designing
Digital
and
art?
illustrations, and you know,
But does she do painting? Not at all.
none at all. But she can do it, but she doesn't want
She
it.
doesn't want. She's one of the millennials.
Yes.
So, being an artist, who inspired you to do your work?
Yes, I've been inspired really by nature and all around me, but I think other artists such as Da Vinci, Leonardo
Yeah, Leonardo da
yeah,
Vinci.
and Michelangelo, like that. That's inspired me. I read books when I was a small girl about those artists, and I'm really inspired by them.
Ikaw pa, ma'am.
I was inspired by Art Nouveau, the art and design, and I always reference from the works of Gustav Klimt from 1907, most especially The Kiss.
So, as an artist, have you ever experienced frustrations with your work? Can you describe to me like how it felt or what got you over it?
Since art is my passion, I never get frustrated. I was always inspired to do art, because for me, art is an expression of your feelings. If you feel sad, you express it to your art. If you feel happy, if you feel any feelings is an expression for art.
That's why you can just work on it for
Just
hours.
work on it, do it, and then you will be surprised that it becomes beautiful. And the good thing, collectors would like it and buy it.
Ikaw po, ma'am.
For me, there is no disillusionment in art, because art is a stress reliever if you are into it.
Oh, because I hear like
Yes.
some of my friends who are also artists, although they're digital artists, they say that they experience a lot of frustrations in creating their own style. So what would you suggest to those young artists who have these frustrations?
They should be able to find their passion. And when you are passionate about something, not only in art, when you're passionate of a certain thing that you love the most, creativity will flow freely, and your style will develop.
Ikaw po, ma'am.
art is really teaching you a lot of patience.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yes. And you have to switch on these, colors,
Mm-mm.
colors that satisfies you when they are blended, put in together. It's like that. So they have to continue and not to stop where these colors lead them. And at the end, they're gonna be satisfied with it. And they're gonna be happy.
Yeah, I believe. So it's really a dream to follow the footsteps of an artist. Would you say
Yes.
that?
It's not really more on job. It's really a dream.
It's a dream, it's a
star
passion.
that you're reaching.
So, I'm actually curious, how do you mix your colors? Like this one is more on, is this fabric paint?
No, this is acrylic.
Acrylic. So
And
is
I
yours-
have my own supplier mix it through computerized mixing.
Computerized mixing. What does that mean?
The color is mixed through the computer,
So
not through the mixing palette.
Ikaw po, ma'am.
Oh, the mixing palette is my favorite place.
You do it yourself. This
Yeah.
is more on oil paint. Also.
Oil.
I notice.
This is acrylic and this is oil.
Yeah, I notice a lot of artists seem to favor acrylic and oil paint. Why is that?
Because it lasts forever, my dear.
Really?
Yes. You can die and leave them.
It's
Your memories are still there.
so in a way, it's a stamp of an artist if they can.
Yes.
It is your legacy, and the artist is immortalized through their arts. Every time an artist already passed away, every time you see an artist who is already dead, but every time you read their sign on their paintings, you immortalize the artist. That's one prayer per artist name on the painting.
What do you believe is the role of an artist or you as an artist to the generation now or to the country?
Art is a very important catalyst in our country. It develops discovery, learning, and creativity, most especially to the young generation. Most of the young generation have been forgetting the basic and the standard values of art. Now, my business endeavor is to encourage young artists to develop their talents and to channel their emotions and expressions through art.
Ikaw po, ma'am.
Art is a very wonderful way of communicating. You communicate when you do this art, you communicate through the beautiful means, colors, shapes, and when one sees your paintings, then they gonna feel something from it.
It invokes emotion.
Yes, it invokes emotions, and I do encourage the young
Young
people. You know, I have a dream for this country that somehow, somewhere in the future, this is not going to be a bijoke singing country group, but an art capital of the world.
Well, I hope this show will actually help spread the word of the artist. So unfortunately, that's all the time we have left. But before I end, I'd like to give you a chance to tell your websites where you can find you. So, we'll start po.
My website is elbravoarts.com and El Bravo Online Art Gallery in FB. Yes.
I'm encouraging all artists, most especially those are starting or rising artists, to channel your talents through art. If you're from Manila, there's Art Association of the Philippines.
Yes.
And there's also for the women, the United Women's Art Association of the Philippines. If you're from South, there's Cavite Association, the Batangas Association. And if you're from the North, there's Pampangas Association. So, channel and contact right persons, right people to encourage you develop your art. So, I'm Joanna Lisa. I have a art gallery, the Attic Gallery, and we are supporting artists we have this group, the Attic Visual Arts Collectives and the United Visual Artists of the Philippines.
So thank you, Ma'am Elle, Ma'am Joanna. We'll see you again in another episode of Hobby Life.